Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish, and welcome back to some more Mount Blade II Bannerlord. Today, we'll be diving in and taking a look at a mod that I use pretty much in every one of my campaigns. It's always a must-use, and it recently had a very cool update, which obviously is even more reason for you guys to go out and download this mod. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description, but that is the Diplomacy mod. The Diplomacy mod adds in a whole wealth of extra stuff into the game, along with, sending messages to characters so you don't have to track them down halfway across Caradia. You can send a runner, it'll cost you some money, and you'll be able to then immediately get into conversation with them. I can't tell you how much time that has saved me, especially in the main storyline as well. You can just send messages out and it kind of defeats the purpose, but again, you can do that, which is a really, really nice feature. As well as that, it also does completely change up how wars work, so we now have non-aggression pacts, we now have alliances, defensive alliances, as well as a really cool new faction mechanic, which we'll take a look at when we load into the game. So this is my current Let's Play I have on the channel. I'll leave a link to the playlist down below in the description if you want to go and check it out for yourself. It's currently a Crusader one, and as you can see, things are pretty goddamn crazy. So first things first, let's take a look at the actual diplomacy screen now. So you can also see as well, wars are represented up in the top of the screen, which I think is really cool. And these are the war exhaustion numbers, which again, war exhaustion is a thing in the game. So right now, as you can see, you have wars, alliances, and non-aggression pacts. Non-aggression pacts can be formed very effectively by just getting enough relations with a certain lord. So again, I really like the idea of it gives you more reason to let lords go instead of just kind of capturing them, putting them in prison. There's a bit more of that, should I capture them and improve my war score, or should I go ahead and set them free, make them like me, and then go ahead and try and get an aggression pact with them later on. I really, really like that idea, and that process is super cool. Over here as well, we do have this little battle screen as well, so you can see everything that is being involved in it. I have still noticed, though, that, even if you are winning a war, the AI kind of, peace mechanic is still, vanilla Bannerlord, where you still end up paying them money even if you're winning a war, and it's just a bit weird. Sometimes, hopefully they go back and fix this, or not them, but the modders, but with Tail Worlds, improve this kind of setup right now, because it is quite annoying. You can also just propose peace as well with enough influence, so if you are gaining a lot of influence, you can just pay a much smaller amount, and I think this is the diplomacy mods improvement of it, so there's a lot less you have to do right now. I think because we're winning the war, we can pretty much peace out for barely anything. It's just going to cost us 200 influence, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that definitely does add up, especially when you're fighting a ton of different factions. And again, you can't do this. You have to go ahead and wait. I think it's 30 days before you can even do this. So again, you're still going to have some period of war. Whenever you do make peace with someone, you automatically get a non-aggression pact that stops factions from just straight away going back to war with you. So right now you can see you have a 100-day non-aggression pact. You can just break it, but obviously, again, that will not reflect well on you. So one of the cool things as well that I wanted to show off that has actually been added in with the more recent patches is the faction screen. So this is a way where you can force an abdication through a civil war, or just forcing, if you have enough power, you can basically just force the leader to give up if he doesn't want to go ahead and do it. And you can also start a proper civil war by doing the succession. So right here, when you click create faction, you have succession, abdication, and just obviously you want to get out of here. And it'll be very cool to see more things being added to this in the future, because it's a really cool screen. But yeah, right here we have the succession, faction you can create, which allows you to withdraw from the kingdom, and everyone who joins you. So again, I will create this faction. I'll do it momentarily to show you. I'll basically create the faction. And if, whatever lord decides to join me, whenever we fire our faction, all them lords will join me in my very own kingdom. You do have to be clan rank 4, so it is still a bit of a grind to get there. However, it's a really cool system where you can kind of break apart a kingdom into two and kind of take a bunch of lords that you've made friends with. It's a really nice way to start your kingdom. I actually think it's an amazing way to start your kingdom. And then you can also go ahead and force an abdication. So you can, we can force our current leader to step down and then make an election happen. And then again, if people like me, I can go ahead and force that to happen. So if I was to do that, I don't know if anyone's going to join me. If I just let time play really quickly, we'll go 10 times speed. As you can see, we have a lot of mods on right now, and I don't know if anyone will actually join me. We go back to the kingdom, cancel that for now. Yeah, no one's joined me quite yet, but yeah, you can, I assume once you hit the power threshold, you can just start that rebellion And yeah, you can start a rebellion. I assume it creates a civil war, and you'll have to obviously win that war to keep your land. So it's just such a really, really cool setup. As well as that, you can also go ahead. Oh my god, there's a big old army there. You can also go to the mod options as well and adjust all of this stuff, which I think again is amazing. I can basically decide exactly. I can basically decide exactly what I want to do. You know, if I wanted there to be, you know, a higher chance of rebellions in settlements, I can change that. I can, you know, have a higher chance of civil wars erupting in kingdoms. I can go ahead and change the expansionist penalty. So again, you do get negative relations if you're just constantly expanding your settlements. You can also go ahead and reduce the decay as well. I think I've actually upped this for my campaign. I've changed it to 3 rather than 1. So again, you know, as I take settlements, I'm going to take that initial hit of negative relations with everybody. But again, I'm going to be able to then just have that decay a little bit faster. So I really, really like that mechanic where you can just change that. You can also, again, change the war reps as well. So I can change that all the way up there. So if I was to do that, and I imagine if I go back to this, yeah, all of a sudden, I'm assuming this stuff would be very different. You know, we'd have to pay them loads more money. If I let the day pass, it might change. I'm not sure if it actually does work, but you guys will get a good idea of exactly how it works. So if I just let the day tick over. There we go. Does that change it at all? No, it doesn't. But I can imagine, you know, that does also, you know, will affect it in some way. Maybe if to start a new campaign. I'm not exactly 100% sure. Well, we're actually winning this war as well. Nice. Yeah, so you can change just so much stuff in this, and I really do like that about the campaign and mods like this that give you the option to really edit exactly what you want it to be, because I think that is so important. Again, you can change the influence decay. You can change the influence costs of doing stuff as well. So you can go ahead and, you know, up this as well. So again, if you want to make it so that it's much more expensive to make peace, oh god, you can just like straight up change this to maybe like 300 now. So all of a sudden, you know, instead of that 200 you're now paying way more to make that flat peace decision. Which again, if you think like that's again, like you might think, oh, maybe 200 influence is way too little to then make peace. But then all of a sudden you can obviously just, you know, whip it up and make it way more expensive to make peace with factions. Make it way, you know, you kind of adjust it yourself. Which again is sorry, I keep on clicking that. Which again is just a really, really cool feature. A big fan of it. And then you got some other ones down here. Again, kingdom diplomacy as well, so you can make it easier to form allies. You can reduce the time between wars as well. So if you feel like no factions are going to war with one another, you can whip this down and yeah, force more wars. You can even able to play. Does that allow me to adjust it? Maybe it does. Allow me just to go ahead and form alliances and stuff, which I might actually stick on. You can also go ahead and send messengers. So as I said, if I just go to anyone in the kingdom, let's go ahead and pick our king, Guthook. We'll send him a message. Again, you can adjust the price that it costs to send messages. So again, if you feel like this is maybe a bit abusable, you can make it like 10 grand, for example. So I've sent him a message now, and basically the messenger will go off, and depending on how far away he actually is from me, you know, it will take that long to go ahead and get Guthook to talk to me. And there you go, boom, just like that. I've now met him. I can be like, oh, hey, Guthook, I want to go ahead and release my oath from you. It's something I must do. You know, like you can go ahead and just, you know, it's an easy way to kind of contact people without having to chase them down and constantly go, oh, okay, where's he gone now? Okay, he's in Asker. Okay, we need to go to Asker now. So it's just a really, really nice mechanic. And a big fan of that in the diplomacy mod for sure. God damn, we were receiving loads of money from these guys. Hell yeah. Nice. That'll be a good little winner when I continue on the campaign. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it, guys. Sorry, I rambled on a little bit there, but I just wanted to show off this mod. I don't think I've missed anything. I don't think the mod does anything too much with policies or anything along them lines. But yeah, the new faction mechanic is ultra cool. I'm a big fan of it. Hopefully this gets more developed and more improved. You know, I'd love to be able to see, you know, what factions are part of me. Yeah, oh, you actually can. Nice, you can by doing that, and you see them right there. Awesome. Yeah, so it'd be very cool to just see that more and more developed and improved with more, you know, more streamlines. Obviously, it has a very good system with the ability just to basically change everything that you want to do in the campaign. If there's stuff you like, stuff you don't like. Or you can also usurp the throne as well. I think you can turn that on and just basically take the position as well. somewhere along here. You can just hit the usurp if enough people like you, and yeah, you can go ahead and take that. But yeah, no, that's really cool. Yeah, so many awesome features, definitely worth checking out. I'm sure I've just scratched the surface a little bit as well. Yeah, here you go. Here's the form pack. So yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier as well. So you now have turned on the player diplomacy. If you have enough influence, you can spend your influence to make factions form non-aggressions and also alliances as well. So you can see there's a bunch of kind of non-aggressions. I'm pretty sure one of the factions starts off with loads of allies, but I'm not sure if they still have them. Yeah, I can't see that one anymore. One will be allies. I mean, no one's really allied right now. I have noticed that the AI doesn't tend to ally too much. Again, I might adjust that actually, looking at all the settings and maybe try and make alliances a little bit more frequent, because that would be very cool. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you drop a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Obviously, check out the Crusader campaign as well. I'll leave a playlist down below in the description and see how things go ahead and develop. And yeah, fish out.